The team was nice enough to go through my bio. A couple of things that I'll just kind of reiterate. Number one, I'm not really a motivational speaker. That's not really my gig. My gig is that I'm a salesperson. And I'm not afraid to say it. B, I'm actually in the business. So I want everyone to know that for the last 18 years, I've been in the real estate business. I have a team of about 54 agents, and none of this stuff is to impress you. It's more to impress upon you where all the data is going to be coming from. So my 54 agents and I, we do a little over 700, 750 transactions a year. I produce anywhere from about 200 to 250 of those deals myself in a t-shirt. And again, thank you for the claps, but that's not why I'm telling you. My mom and dad filled up my ego cup a long time ago. I don't need it, but I do appreciate it. But I tell you this because you can design your business around your life. It doesn't need to be the other way around. I do it in a t-shirt, sometimes a sweater, most of the time in a hoodie. I don't have a computer. I haven't touched a computer in 5 years. I don't even know how to get on the MLS. I was asking my team for that blue little button. They were telling me that you can get on with your phone now. Again, I tell you all this because you can set up the business the way that you want to. Now, just out of curiosity, because there's a lot of new faces, who follows me on social? Okay, a couple of you, that's good. A little hit to the ego. That is a hit to the ego, actually. So not only do I want to give you some mindset stuff today, and I know we have Glenn in the room who's obviously done an amazing job with the business that he has, but I want to also not only give you the mindset stuff, I want to give you some tactical stuff. So number one, I hope everyone has a phone. Yes? Okay, take out your phones. Go to Instagram. Okay?
I don't use Instagram.
You don't? Go to TikTok. Go to YouTube. I have my own app. Like, you're not going to get away from me in that sense. Nice try. I'm relentless, guys. I make sure that the Uber drivers, the baristas, the Tim Hortons, they will all follow me. And I need you to get to this. But before I do that, I want to give you something. Number one, I have nothing to sell you guys. So is that a good thing? Your checkbooks are safe. I have nothing to sell you today. Okay? You guys happy about that? Yeah? Okay, good. Instagram, Jazz Takhar 13. JASTAKHAR 13. Press the follow button. My mom always likes that kind of stuff. Okay? DM me the word vault. Jazz Takhar. If you DM me the word vault, I'm going to give you all my internal resources.
How you spell it?
JASTAKHAR 13. JASTAKHAR 13. Vault, sure. Spell it VOLT, VAULT. Just send me that word. And by the end of the day tomorrow, my team, yes, thank you. My team and I will make sure we send you all of our internal resources. Okay? While you're there, I need you to follow one other person, because this person on my team's crazy enough. Just message the word vault. Message the word Mandeep. I don't really care. I'll figure it out. Mandeep, vault, anything you want, I'll get you all my resources. And that's everything. All my guides, my scripts, my dialogues, all of it. You can take it all. You know why? Because I know out of the 200 people that are here, 2 of you are actually going to do something with it. I've done this talk hundreds of times. I know that only 2 of you are actually going to do something. I'm just not sure which 2. My friend Sukraj might be one of them, but other than that, we'll see. Most people talk a big game. We're about to find out. Because I'm going to creep you guys later on social, because I'm that guy, to find out if you actually do something. While you're there, follow a team member of mine, Laura Stewart, Laura, Laura, last name Stewart, Stewart, T-O. She has a little funny hat in her pic. The reason I want you to follow her right now is because every day she's going to give you, and she does, give you a video topic for you to shoot. Okay? Every day. Doesn't cost you a penny. She's going to tell you which video you as real estate agents should shoot to get more engagement with your clients. All right? Okay, moving along. So as I mentioned, I'm actually like in the business. So as I was trying to think about how do I reverse engineer my talk and bring you guys the most value, I'm going to talk to you about actually what we're doing in our organization that everyone here can do. Okay? But now most of you, as I mentioned earlier, are just going to be scared to fail. So let me tell you some of my failures in the last 30 days. Over 350 phone calls I made, only 25 of them said yes to either buying, selling, or investing. Okay? So I had over 325 failures. I reach out to be on other people's podcasts as a podcast host. I think there's value in being on other people's podcasts. I reached out to 25 people. 6 to 7 of them said yes. Another 17, 18 failures. I like to do these type of speaking gigs because it just brings me more awareness. Reached out to 9 speaking hosts. 2 said yes. What's the moral of the story? In sales, you're going to hear no's. You're going to hear no's on a consistent basis. The question is going to be, are you going to stop because some people said they weren't ready right now? Or they said, I have a realtor in my family. Because that's where most people, and especially real estate agents, get scared. Because they don't want to hear the no's. Or they take it personally. And so the 3 things that I want to talk about that you need to be doing in 2023, and here's the game plan. Number 1, picking up the phone and calling people. And I'll tell you what you're going to say to them, so you don't do the nonsense that's from the 1970s. Hey, Glenn, wondering if you want to buy and sell a house? Like that stupidness where you're banking on the stars aligning that day, and the person says, yes, I'm ready to buy. So that's not the type of call, but that's number 1. Number 2 is setting up educational events. 4 of them a year. In-person educational events. Not sales events, educational events. I'm going to tell you which 4 you're going to do. And then the last thing is content. And this is where I know I get blank stares. Because everyone's a little afraid about the lighting, or how they look, or how they sound. But I got news for you. You look the way you look, and you sound the way you sound. Can't do anything about that. So those are the 3 things that you need to do. What are you going to do when you call them? Well, pretty easy. You're going to give them a call, and you're going to start with giving value. There's a reason I told you to go to Instagram and get my internal resources, because I want to give to you before I ask for something. So you call, and something that we've been doing, everyone here, if I'm telling you to do these things, by the way, it's not ripping me off when I'm telling you to take it from me. So what we've been doing for the last decade is calling people and telling them about our real estate concierge service. Very simple concept. You're going to call your clients and say, hey, Sukraj, it's Jazz calling. How you doing? Good? Listen, I'm just giving you a call. I'm not sure if you know, but we have a concierge service where we can, like, do you ever need a plumber? Do you ever need an electrician? Do you ever need a painter? There's no cost for it. And I just wanted to give you a shout to let you know that instead of going on Google, you can reach out to myself and my team, and we have people who are vetted out for you that you can use at no cost. You don't need anyone? Awesome. I do have a quick question for you. I'm just curious. Where's your headspace at with what you're watching and listening to about the real estate market. For all the newer salespeople and some of the older ones, you always want to try to get to open-ended questions. What? Where? When? Why? How? Reason being, because a normal person can't answer yes or no to that. So you ask the question, hey, I'm just curious, where's your headspace at with what you're hearing and what you're watching? Dude, fucking market's crashing, things are going crazy. Oh, sorry about the F-bombs, but if you don't like that, you might as well leave now because you'll probably hear a few more. All right, well, sometimes that one works, sometimes it doesn't. Where's your headspace at? What you're trying to do is find out, are they someone who might want to take advantage of some of the compelling buying opportunities that a market like this presents itself? And if you don't truly believe that, I need you to get educated about that. Being afraid of us, the nonsense that we're not in a recession, we're in a recession. So don't be afraid of it. Understand that most multi-millionaires and billionaires were created in times like this. So now your job is to find those compelling buying opportunities. And if you don't have them around you, get to a different place. You will become who you surround yourself with. So if you're surrounding yourself with 5 to 6 negative people in your office or wherever the heck you're talking to people, chances are you're going to become number 6 or 7. But the good news is if you hang around 5 or 6 inspiring people, there's a good chance of you being 6 or 7 of that as well. So finding compelling buying opportunities and telling your clients about them is something that you need to wrap your head around. Now, if that client or that person on the phone is not ready, you have to ask them the next question. I completely understand that, Glenn. Are you okay if I touch base with you in the next 3 to 6 months? Stop trying to convince everyone. If Glenn is saying that the market's not good for whatever reason, or he's not ready, where most people go to is, well, let me tell you why you should buy. You should buy 7, actually. Your job is not to convince as a salesperson. That doesn't make you a good salesperson. It doesn't make you a professional. A professional asks questions to see if they can uncover a need or want of the prospect that they're speaking to, and if there is a need or want, you reverse engineer your product or service. And so if they're not ready, that's okay. You got to become the farmer now. And the farmer plants seeds and says, are we good to stay in touch with you in the next 3 to 6 months? Yes, awesome, I'll touch base. No, delete. Get them out of your CRM. They don't want you to touch base with them. We've all got those leads, 967-1111, mickeymouse@hotmail.com. If you're doing a bunch of Google AdWords and stuff, don't waste your time with them. Okay? Sort, don't convince. Number 2 is the educational events. Every quarter, very easy. You get a room like this, and think about what the crew did today. They got 200 people here. There's going to be some people, if they were trying to sell something, and I have no clue, but if they were, they're having a good chance of actually closing because there's 200 people. You don't need to start your events with 200 people. If you just do an event and 15 people show up, think about what just happens when 15 people show up, where you get to talk to them about buying, selling, or investing into real estate. We're used to doing that one by one, 15 hours, sometimes 30 hours if it's a 2-hour meeting. Your job is to try to get people to an educational event where you're not selling them. Be the resource. Be the person that they think of, not when even they're thinking about buying and selling. The average person knows 200 people. So if you have a database of 200 people, and if you don't have a database like a CRM, you might as well leave now. Like, go get one. Like, you have to have a CRM. How are you going to remember everyone's phone numbers and birthdays and where they bought and how much they bought it for? And if you're wondering which CRM, the best CRM is the one that you actually use. They're all the same. 50 bucks a month, pick one and run with it. This nonsense that it takes 6 weeks to decide on a CRM, we got to get over that. You got to move quick. In business, speed is very important. The faster you do things, it starts the feedback loop. Okay? So set up the educational events. You're not going to try to sell at these educational events. You're going to educate people, because what's going to inevitably happen after the event, they're going to want to talk to you and say, oh my God, thanks for putting the event on, man. Like, I am actually thinking about investing. Hey, like, what is actually really happening in the market? Your first event, it should be booked in the next 2 weeks if you're serious. If you want to make sure that you're not sitting in January twiddling your thumbs and complaining about the fact that there's no leads, you got to do an event 2 weeks. Call everyone you know with excitement, not the nonsense of, hey, I'm putting on an event. If you can show up, that would be awesome. No. Hey, Joe, I got this amazing event I'm putting together with an independent mortgage broker. That's your person that you're going to do the event with. Okay? And we're going to be talking about what's happening with the interest rates and what that means to you as a tenant, as a homeowner, as a possible investor. You need to come. Okay? Quick numbers. If you have 100 people that are registered, 50 will show up. It's always a 50% show rate. I've been doing it for 18 years. 50% of people will show up. You get people to the event, you sit with the mortgage broker. Here's your first question you're going to ask the mortgage broker. Hey, how you doing? And he's going to say, oh my God, I'm amazing. Thanks for having me, Jazz. Great. Chris, the mortgage broker, let's talk about what's happening with the interest rates. What's your take on it? Yippity, 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 yap. Whatever he starts to talk about, pull another question out, get to 4 to 5 points, okay, 30 minutes long, and then go to a room, whatever area you're in, and just network with people, okay? Is that me, somebody pulling me off, or you just love that I said networking? I thought my mom was here or something, I wasn't sure. Got it? It's going to be the quickest way for you to get in front of people's face. I got news for you. If you don't like people, you got to get the fuck out. You got to get out of this business. Because if you don't like meeting people and calling people, this is not the business for you. So, do the event, and then you can also call people and invite them to the event. Okay? That's your first one. 2 weeks. I'm taking my time with everyone on this specific strategy because it's all I've been doing for 18 years is putting on events. I haven't done a Google AdWord in my life. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I know tons of people who are making millions of dollars doing it. That's great. But if you're not the person who has that money to put in, every single project for all the pre-com people, it's $30,000. Okay, number 3, because I am getting pulled out. Number 3 is shooting content. I get it. You have insecurities. So do I. I sometimes have a lazy eye, guys. Parents try to stop it, figure it out, couldn't figure it out. I've done this talk thousands of times. My hands are still sweaty. Came out with my mommy with sweaty hands. I can't spell half the words I said to you today. For real. For real. I'm born in the most northern part of Toronto in an area called Rexdale. I didn't tell people I'm from there. I told them I'm from South Etobicoke because I knew it just sounded richer. I get the insecurities. I get that you're worried that you have an accent. I get that you're worried that sometimes you might stutter like I do. But nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares. Everyone's worried about themselves. They're not thinking about you as much as you think that they're thinking about you. And if you're not getting out in 2023 and producing a video every single day, you're going to be left. You're going to be left. Why? Because your competition is doing it. There's my sign.
So as the competition is already here,
Okay.
thanks. Just
I hope I brought some value to today's talk, guys.
Thanks for
Thank
taking
you.
your time out.
Thank you, buddy.
Okay, I'll handle both of
100%.
them.
100%.